All right, our next speaker is Anthony DiMartino. Anthony DiMartino. And thank you for your patience, everyone. Everyone will have an opportunity to speak.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Anthony DiMartino, and I'm a resident of District 2. The personal is political. There are a lot of metrics researchers use to study the well-being of a community. For me, it all starts with safety. Do I feel safe in this city? I was born at the old Palomar Hospital and grew up on the flower streets in my early years. I felt safe. I ran the streets with my brother. I was out having fun. I left North County after high school for college and my career, but I came back to raise a family because for the most part, when I grew up here, I felt welcomed and safe. But that's not the case anymore. I no longer feel safe in my city. The anxiety I feel when my 18-month-old son leaves the house for outings with his grandparents is unbearable because I worry, is this the time he and his Nana run into ICE? And every time he walks back into our house, I sigh in relief. It shouldn't be this way, and it doesn't have to be this way. This small contract with DHS isn't small to me. This contract signals to me that the city welcomes the very institutions that target people that look like me, that target people that look like my wife and mi familia. ICE and Border Patrol have been found to racially profile, they disregard judges' orders and lie to the courts, wear masks to hide their identities, have murdered with prejudice, and continue to terrorize communities, targeting citizens and non-citizens, people with criminal records, as well as people with no criminal records. Over the last year, we've seen ICE arrests in the city increase compared to 2024, and this contract signals to me that this city's leadership approves of ICE's actions and welcomes their presence. But you all have the power to change that. You have the power to signal to all of Escondido's residents that you value our safety and well-being. I urge you to stand with the people you represent. I urge you to cancel this contract and stand for the people of Escondido.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Mellan Reyes. Mellan Reyes. Great, thank you. And as a reminder to our friends in the Mitchell Room, you will have an opportunity to speak. That'll be after all the comments are done here in the council chambers.
Hi, my name is Mellan Reyes, and I've been a North County resident for my entire life. I'm calling on you today to end the city contract with ICE. Any contract helping an organization that routinely harms and violates the rights of American citizens and undocumented immigrants alike and ignores court orders is absolutely unacceptable and must end immediately. There is no moral justification for working with a fundamentally violent and xenophobic group like ICE. I want to illustrate this through the story of Alex Preddy, the American citizen and veteran who was murdered by ICE in Minneapolis not long ago. And I want to ask this board a question I believe it desperately must answer, as we all must. This January, Alex Preddy finished a grueling day of work at a veterans hospital caring for the sick and elderly. Once he finished, instead of heading home to rest, he stepped out into some of the coldest temperatures in the country to document the abuse his neighbors in Minneapolis were facing. But he soon found himself in a situation that required more than just documentation. A woman doing the same thing was thrown down by a group of heavily armed ICE agents and brutally attacked and pepper sprayed for exercising her First Amendment right. In response to such horrific misconduct, there lay a choice of response: violence or empathy. Preddy had a registered firearm, and he could have intervened. But instead, he never once reached for his gun, and he pushed past the growing mass of agents to check on the woman, to shield and to protect her. The last words that he said before they shot him 10 times was, "Are you okay?" My question to you is this: if with a gun to his head, Alex Preddy could still choose empathy over violence, could choose community over self-interest, and humanity over ICE, then why can't you? Thank you.